What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea, All Shade, Southern Charm, New Orleans, Season 2, Episode 1 review. So this is a new show that I'll be reviewing. Hopefully you guys are watching and we can discuss this show. So on tonight's episode, Barry and Tamica have moved into a new home. Tamica has become the evening anchor over at the news station so she can be more present in her kid's life. And it has improved their family dynamic tremendously because last season, her daughter was very withdrawn and just very emotional. She was, acting out sort of. And you could just tell that she needed her mother. And, her and Barry weren't really having sex. And Barry looked like he is sex on a stick with that body. And he got a big dick that he just slap you in the face with it, child. So I don't even know why she wasn't riding that Mandingo dick. But things apparently have gotten better. Barry's still fine as fuck. I still want to ride his face and his dick. And his business as a trainer has increased. Their new home is gorgeous. It is so pretty. And they plan to have a pool party to show it off to all of their friends. So we finally learned why their son Hunter looks so different from the rest of them. Because I've been trying to figure this shit out since season 1. Like, why is this boy light skinned with this wavy hair? He damn near look Caucasian. And we find out that he is not Tamica's son. He's Tamica's stepson. And that when Tamica and Barry got together, Hunter was barely even 2 years old. And that him and Tamica have a very close relationship. So I was like, oh, that explains everything. Because I was like, him and that little girl don't look shit alike. So it's good to see that Tamica, him and his son have such a close bond and relationship. So Jeff is at the crib that he and Reagan used to share alone. He looks great. He has lost weight since last season. He just looks refreshed and renewed. Reagan comes by with the dogs and she already crying and shit because things have changed. They're getting a divorce. And if you watched last season she had moved out of their home and was living in an apartment so she could be closer to her school because she's trying to be a lawyer, and she was making the excuse that she needed to be closer to school and not with him. But I saw bullshit through that. You could tell that she was slowly but surely edging her way out of the marriage. It was very evident to me last season that Jeff was more in love with Reagan than Reagan was in love with Jeff. Jeff ran into financial problems and lost all of his money. And I feel like when the money went, she went as well. I'm just going to keep it 100. Reagan to me just seems like she is a woman about her means. And if you ain't got what she need financially, she not going to stay around. And that's how I felt. And last season, it was like Jeff was just following behind her like a lost puppy. And she was just like clawing her way away from him. And you could just tell it last season. So to now see that they have fully separated and are about to divorce, and how the separation and divorce has helped Jeff, it was a good thing that she left his ass. Because last season I was looking at Jeff like all Jeff needs is a good black woman to help him get through this pain, and he gonna be all right. Because see, Reagan didn't want to do the work of helping build her husband back up after not being in the NFL anymore, losing his money, going through CT and everything. She didn't want to be bothered with that. She was too busy worrying about Reagan instead of being a wife. And Jeff needed a wife, and she didn't want to be a wife. So we found out that she refused to have a baby with him because of all of the turmoil they were going through. He admits that he was depressed and was trying to hide it, and he kept having mood swings and anger issues, and she couldn't ask him about it because he'd flip on her. I feel like low-key Reagan gaslighted Jeff into thinking that the reason why they're having a divorce is because of his CT issues. It was more than that. Reagan needed to take responsibility for her part of it, and she didn't want to be with this nigga no more because the money wasn't there, and he wasn't looking good. He looked disheveled. He looked stressed last season. He had gained a little bit of weight. She wasn't attracted to that man no more. She just didn't want him. And I feel like she's gaslighting him into thinking that his depression is part of the main reason why they're not together anymore. And that's some bullshit. Um, so Justin and Kelsey have moved into their new home after living with his parents. He had renovated his old childhood home that he grew up in, that he now owns. He renovated, but during that time period, they was living with his parents, which I felt like was a lot to be asking of a bitch. She was a better woman than me, because ain't no way in hell I would have moved in with that nigga and his mama. And I'm a grown, able-bodied motherfucker. No, ma'am. So I've noticed quickly off the bat that everybody has improved since last season. Kelsey has lost weight. Justin has lost weight. Jeff lost weight. Tamika, her look better. I remember last season, Tamika wore these one pair of shoes on every motherfucking episode. And I was like, if she don't take them goddamn shoes off. But everybody is stepping it up season 2. So, Justin and Kelsey still ain't married. He still is shying away from proposing to her, but I guess for her sake, she got the house and she got a dog with this nigga, so I guess that's enough for her. So Reagan and Tamica meet up. They're best friends. Reagan has moved and is about to take the bar exam, so she hasn't really seen everyone in a while. Tamika tells her about the party, and she knows that Reagan is seeing someone else, but isn't going to invite her new man when she knows that Jeff is going to be there. She feels some type of way because Reagan hasn't leaned on her during her divorce, and Reagan says that she and Jeff still lean on each other, and they talk all the time, and they always call each other about what do I do with this and what do I do with that. And Tamika says in her confessional that no one knows about what's going on with this divorce because Reagan likes to pretend that things are okay. And Reagan does like to pretend and put on airs and shit. And that's so people won't know how scandalous that little white bitch is. I see all the way through Reagan ass. So she admits that she was putting on a show. And Tamika tells her to stop caring about what people think. Just be real. Just be honest with yourself. So Reagan says she feel like she don't have to tell nobody her business, which is true. You don't have to tell people your business, but you supposed to be my best friend, and we supposed to be best friends. I would at least think that you would talk to me about your divorce. Like, come on. So Jeff has the guys over, and John Moody arrives. And John Moody, if y'all have not seen the show, if you never watched Southern Charm, New Orleans, he think he is the shit, baby. He is muscular. He has a great body. He's a nice looking man. Don't get me wrong. He's gorgeous. But that nigga fashion choices, bitch, ain't gonna bother me. He's so goddamn country and tawdry and just flashy. And he look a mess with them clothes, child. But he's a good looking man. But he too damn good looking. He one of them niggas where he's so damn fine. It's just like, get out my face. Like, who you think about to deal with you? Because he know he fine. And it's just like, boy, you be in the mirror more than me. I ain't got time. So Jeff tells them that the divorce will be final in a week. And he says he's happy and Reagan's happy. And he's happy for Reagan and Reagan is happy for him. But Barry looking like, I don't really believe in all this happiness y'all say y'all got from each other. It's like, yes, you can divorce somebody and be amicable. Don't get me wrong, and you don't have to be drama. But with Reagan and Jeff, they are living in la la land, thinking that, oh, this is just going to move smoothly. Nobody's going to have hurt feelings. We're just going to move on, and everybody's going to be happy. Nah, it ain't going to be that way, because as soon as one of y'all start dating somebody else, all hell going to break loose, and we going to see that this season. So Jeff and John have become very cool now that he is getting divorced. They've been spending a lot of time with each other. John has helped Jeff lose weight, get back in shape. And John wants to give Jeff a makeover. And I was like, you need a makeover, my nigga. You can't be making over nobody. So it's the day of the pool party, and Kelsey shows up with her body on full display, baby, and Tamica ain't here for it. She ain't having it, and she ain't featuring it. I gotta give it to Kelsey. Kelsey looks great. Her body is banging, bitch. And if I had lost weight and my body was looking like that, bitch, I'd walk around with my body out too. Reagan tells Kelsey she looks good, and Tamica just standing there like, really, bitch? Tamica can't stand Reagan, and Tamica can't stand Kelsey, and Kelsey can't stand Tamica. So, she feels like Kelsey is trying to take Reagan away from her being her friend in her confessional. She was like, but Kelsey don't always get what she want, a.k.a. a ring. That was like, Tamica, you ain't shit, bitch. So Reagan tells him that she and Jeff still say they love each other. And Tamica like, what, bitch? What the hell you mean y'all still tell each other y'all love each other? Once again, this la la land bullshit. Y'all over playing. And so I agree with Tamica in this case. Like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Like, seriously. So, Tamika say, I'm on Team Reagan, but I don't want you to live in La La Land. And Reagan say, it don't really feel like it right now. And Tamika say, being married is a choice. Like, I choose Barry and Barry chooses me every day. And Reagan say, but you did leave Barry for a year. And Tamika was like, don't do that. Like, don't bring it up. Mind you, her daughter is in the pool. And she feel like, why would you bring it up knowing my daughter can overhear you say that? And I have not talked to her about it. But my thing is, Tamika, you talked about it on last season. You talked about it when y'all met up at the restaurant. In this episode, you talked about it. So if you didn't want your daughter to know any of this information, you wouldn't have talked about it on the show. You act like your daughter ain't smart enough to get online and watch an episode and learn this shit on her own. So that didn't really make sense to me that you would get upset about something like that when you brought it up numerous times yourself about when you left Barry because you were suffering from postpartum depression. So I don't really understand the logic behind it, why she got so upset that Reagan said that back to her. I really felt like she was overreacting and she was doing team too much. So it was just weird to me. She get mad, honey, and Tamika say, don't be passive aggressive about it. And she walk off mad and goes to the bathroom. Her homegirl arrives, and her cousin, Jared, also joined her in the bathroom, and she tells him what happened. And she tells him that Reagan said that to make herself feel better as Reagan walks in. And Reagan was like, I didn't say that to make myself feel better. Reagan reminds her, like, you bring it up all the time. Like, I don't really understand what the fuck is going on. Tamika feels like it was inappropriate because her daughter was a few feet away. And then they just like, fuck it, we gonna squash it. So John shows up, child, with a fur coat on and some yellow coochie cutters. I was like, where are you going, sir, with this outfit? Like, I just cannot stand this nigga. So he tells him that his client, Jeff, is on the way. Jeff walk in and Jeff looked it good, bitch. Jeff got his haircut, got him a little side part, got his facial hair together, got his ears pierced, he got that body together. And Reagan was even looking like, shit, maybe I do need to reconsider this shit. Everybody was giving Jeff his props. Jeff, baby, Jeff is a snack, bitch. Jeff is a whole motherfucking main course. So Reagan thinks that he looks great, and she knows it. Like, damn, like he about to be back out here in these streets, and he about to be a hot commodity. So she and Tamica make up. Reagan then goes over to talk to Jeff, and he tells her that he's going to start dating, and she needs to let him go. And she starts crying again. I'm like, why are you crying all the time when we all know you got a nigga at home? So what is it? Do you still love him or what? Like, what is going on? So, she says, you know, I can just tell that you feel so good about yourself. And Tamica and her friend, mind you, are over across the way watching them as they're having this long ass conversation. And they whispering to each other and saying, you know, they still in love with each other. Like, it's obvious. Reagan then leaves early and goes home. And we then see her new man's ass, bare ass, in the shower and his hairy ass legs. And then they cut it off. We don't get to see his face. Child, this is about to be a mess because if you don't know, immediately after the divorce was final, Reagan is already in a whole new relationship and they got pregnant by this man and about to have a whole family with this man. And Jeff is going to flip the fuck out when he find out all this shit. Because you ain't want to have no family with me, but you can break up with me and not even a year later get pregnant and damn near marry somebody else. You out your motherfucking mind. That's why I said Reagan had ulterior motives. Reagan goes where the bag is. Point blank in the period. I see right through her and her bullshit. If you watch the show, let's talk down below. I give the season premiere of Southern Charm New Orleans a B minus. I can't wait for us to work into the season and see things start popping off. If you have never watched Southern Charm New Orleans, catch up right now. Watch season 1 on demand on bravo.com so you can watch with us. It's one of my favorite reality shows, as well as the original Southern Charm. Watch it, but this cast is a mixed cast. It has black people and white people on the show. I love it, so check it out. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next review. Bye.